I try to cover as many movies as I can on this channel, but every once in a while I stumble upon a film that has me saying, why is nobody talking about this? If you have Apple TV and you have not seen The Lost Bus, you are missing out. So The Lost Bus is an Apple TV exclusive directed by Paul Greengrass, starring Matthew McConaughey and America Ferrera. What is going on, guys? My name is Sean and welcome to my review for The Lost Bus. This movie actually came out last year, but if you follow my channel, you'll know I like to give you guys some hidden gems, some recommendations, keep you guys tided over up until the big releases so you guys have stuff to watch on streaming. Proud to report, The Lost Bus is one of the best movies I have seen on streaming recently, maybe ever. Like, comment, subscribe, hype the video, join the channel down below, and let me know your thoughts on The Lost Bus. If you checked it out, why do you think people slept on this film? The movie stars Matthew McConaughey as Kevin, a bus driver, and he is your typical down on his luck worker. In the movie, we find out he has to put his dog down, his son hates him, his dad just passed away. Basically, nothing is working for this guy. But he has a chance at personal redemption when he finds himself trapped in a tragedy of the California wildfires where he has to escort a bunch of children to safety. This movie is supposed to be a retelling of those California wildfires that took place a couple of years ago, those tragedies that took so many lives. If you're like me, I'll admit I'm a little bit ignorant when it comes to them. I don't live in the area, I don't know anybody attached to them, so I can read about it, I can understand it, I can see those videos, but it doesn't have that same punch, that same personal stake as if I was there when it happened. So this movie is a visual retelling of that, and I will say off the bat, this movie gave me a newfound respect for all of the survivors, all of the workers, all of the authority that puts these fires out, keeps things going, because my God, this movie is stressful. In fact, I would say this is one of the most stressful films I've ever watched, from opening to closing. It never stops. This movie will all but have you smelling the smoke with our cast by the end of it all. If you want some more gray hairs, you want that cortisol level spiked, highly effective, but not for the faint of heart. Shout out to Matthew McConaughey. This guy is still killing it. He has always been one of my favorite actors. This guy has such a skill at portraying your everyday guy. He is such a likable character. It feels like I've known 100 Kevins in my lifetime. They're just trying to get by. They're trying to do their best. They want to be their best towards other people, even self-sacrificing a lot of the time. So he really won me over, and he gives a legendary performance in this film. The movie will be effective for everybody, but I think this movie will hit like crack for a certain type of man who watches it, because this guy's performance is brilliantly subtle in the way it highlights the quiet burden men carry when it comes to responsibility over others. If you've ever lived in this guy's experience, he manages to portray what it feels like when you feel responsible for the weight of the world on your shoulders, yet at the same time feel underappreciated. But you don't speak out about it. You just keep quiet, keep pounding, go to work, handle your business, because as they say, nobody really cares, work harder. This character is one of my favorite of the past couple of years. It made me emotional at points. I really resonated with it. And I just feel like this is a character that is so grounded, so real. You can't help but root for this character to win at every step of the film. America Ferrera also gives a powerhouse performance here as school teacher Mary escorting these kids. She's like the most likable teacher you've ever had. Everybody had a Mary in their lifetime who's just doing their best, sacrificing for the children, puts their lives ahead of hers many of times. I really enjoyed her character. It gave me flashbacks to elementary school, that likable teacher we all loved, we all wanted to be in her class. And her character paired up with Matthew McConaughey are the backbone of this film, which makes the whole film, as I just said, the stakes feel real, very grounded, and two characters that carry this film throughout that you really, really want to win. Adding into the mix, you have a school bus of children that needs to be evacuated out of a burning down forest. And yeah, you have a little bit of a stressful pressure cooker that is not for the faint of heart. By the end of it, you will be sweating in a good way because it is that damn effective. This movie also has some of the most thought-provoking and powerful conversation of the past couple of years. A lot of scenes in here really made me think, thoughts about fatherhood and being a son, what it means to be responsible for others, what it means to sacrifice for others. A lot of themes and a lot of conversations you have probably had in your lifetime with people that were very important. I like the way they're tackled here. They're not preachy, they're thought-provoking. I really enjoyed all of the dynamic between all of the characters here. I found it to be such a heartwarming, stressful situation in a good way again. Also, shout out to these workers, man. I did not appreciate them going into this. Again, I will be honest about that. I read about them. I'd see the stories. I could not possibly put myself in their shoes until I could visualize it in this movie. The amount of stress this job would have, talk about an early grave, man. You will be in the grave by 50 if you have to lead this force. Managing oversight of tens of thousands of acres, tens of thousands of people and communities, It just feels like a job that, again, like a lot of this movie, is kind of under the radar, underappreciated work. But when you watch this film, you will have a new outlook on it all and appreciate it so much more. And one final time, that word stress, my God, is this movie stressful. From the opening scene to the conclusion, my palms were sweating. I was so immersed in this world. I have not wanted characters to win this bad in a hell of a long time. That is because when you pair up these powerful performances, these thought-provoking conversations with amazing visuals, I have no idea how they managed to pull this film off so realistically. I don't know if it was green screen, I don't know if it was post, hell, I don't know if they burned down a whole forest, but somehow they convinced me this bus in the middle of this burning landscape was an imminent threat, and it felt damn real to watch. And although the way I'm describing it might sound a little bit repetitive, this is just to its core a very effective humanitarian story that will make you root for people and view people in a better light than the media and social media constantly has you do now. You want these people to win, you believe in the good of others, and this is just a movie that warmed my heart, although stressing me out to the point I almost had a heart attack. Made me emotional in a good way, gave me a new appreciation for people, and I had a great time with The Lost Bus, one of the best movies I have ever seen on streaming. So if you guys checked out The Lost Bus when it came out, comment down below, let me know your thoughts on the movie. Why do you think people slept on this? I cannot believe people overlooked Matthew McConaughey once again. I have never seen a bad movie by that guy. So comment your favorite movie of his down below, like, comment, subscribe, hype the video once again, and I will see you in my next review. Take care, guys. Peace.